Hi friends! Alright, so we are going to start our lesson in math today. So first we're going to have is our I will statement. So what will you be able to do once you are done with today? So what will you be able to do after today's lesson? You can say I will create an equation with two addends and a sum and show it in two different ways. So basically you're going to create an equation, any equation that you want. I would try to keep it as small as possible. I wouldn't do like 70 plus 70. I would try to keep it to where the answer is below 20. So this example right here, 11 plus 4 equals 15 is a perfect example. 8 plus 0 equals 8 is a perfect example. And any of the ones that Miss Acton shows you in here, try to keep that answer low, or else you're going to have a lot of work on your hands. So you're going to create the equation, and then you're going to show it in a different way. But there's a trick to showing it in a different way that you're going to see in here. So first let's talk about an addend, especially if you missed yesterday. So an addend is a number that is being added together. So here we've got an arrow pointing to the number 8. 8 plus 4, these two numbers are being added together. So they are the addends. And actually 4 could have an arrow pointing to it too because it is also an addend. I mean, the word starts with add, so it's numbers that you add together, so it would be an addend. This number 12 over here has no numbers added to it, so it can't be an addend, but it can be our sum, and the sum is just the answer. So I showed this in a up and down equation or vertical equation, that the answer is right below here. So this 4 and this 3 are the addends because they are being added together, and 7 is our answer or a sum. So if you go back to our previous slide, this would be our sum because it is our answer. And if you go to the slide we were just on, these two numbers are being added together. So those are our addends. So now that you know what those two parts are, we're going to look at an equation. It says this is an equation. There are addends and a sum. Addends, two numbers being added together, and a sum. How can we create this problem in a different way? You can use the same numbers and symbols, you have to use the same numbers and the same symbol. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I want to move the person down. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to get out of this PowerPoint. I'm going to go to this tool that I'm going to be putting in the chat box with my friends, but with you guys, it's going to be linked in your presentation that you guys can use. So this is Unifix cubes. So I'm going to move myself up here so I can do a little more work. I'm going to undo mine. So my equation that I was just looking at is 3 plus 10 equals 13. So I'm going to do that equation. So I want to use red for my first number. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. This represents my 3 in my 3 plus 10 equation. Next, I'm going to use blue. So I've got 3, now to do plus 10. So I'm going to add 10 to them. And this is why I'm telling you, you need to leave your equation a number that's kind of lower, because if not, you're going to be sitting here connecting a million Unifix cubes, and you do not want to do that. I call them, they're Unifix cubes, but you can also call them connecting cubes. So this one I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, running out a little bit of room, so we're gonna throw this one up here, 10. And then what's cool about this tool is that if your 10's looking a little long and it's kind of hard to see, if you go up here to the top of it, do you see how this arrow? It'll start rotating it to where it'll be nice and flat for you. Yeah. So my equation was 3 plus 10 equals 13, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now I want to show that equation in a different way using the same number. So I have to use the number 3 and I have to use the number 10. So I'm just going to do 10 plus 3. Does that still equal 13? Well, let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It does. It still equals 13. You guys, this is not craziness. This is not magic. This is not fourth grade, fifth grade stuff. I didn't take away any Unifix cubes, any blocks. I didn't add any blocks to it. I just switched the 10 and the 3 to make them in different spots. So of course it's going to give me the same amount of blocks, so it's going to give me the same answer. So when we go back to our presentation, And our equation says, or sorry, our slide says the equation, loading, always waiting. Our equation says 3 plus 10, and then we showed to make the exact same equation with the same number. How do you create this problem in a different way, but you have to use the same numbers and the same symbols? You just switch the 10 and the 3 and you still get 13. See? You switch the 10 to be the first add-in and the 3 to be the second add-in, and you still get the sum 13. Super easy. Let's try a different one. All right, so this one I wrote the equation going up and down. So I got 8 plus 1 equals 9. All right, let's go back to our tool. So we want to undo. It was 8 plus 1, right? 8 plus 1 equals 9. So let's do, I'm going to try yellow now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this next one's easy, plus 1. I want to rotate them because I like seeing it better that way. Oh, rotate both of you. So I've got 8 plus 1 equals, and instead it equals 9, let's count, make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it wants me to use the same numbers, 9 and 1, to create a different equation that has the same answers, and we have to use the same symbols. So just like we did before, let's try 1 plus 8, and it should equal 9. 1 plus 8 should equal 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So use the same exact symbols. Oh my goodness. Use the same numbers and still got the same answer. I know that kind of shows you, it kind of cheats. I don't like that. Before I present it. And we're waiting. All right. So 8 plus 1 equals 9. We figured that out. We showed it with our connecting cubes with a group of 8 and the group of 1, and then counted them all together. And then we noticed if we switched them. So if we started with the 1 and then added the 8, we'll equal 9. How easy is that, guys? All right. So next, we've got 6 plus 2 equals 8. So in your brain, I'm hoping that you're visualizing, that you're picturing in your brain that this 6 is connecting cubes, 6 of them, and this 2 is 2 connecting cubes. So whenever you count them, you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connecting cubes plus 2, 7, 8. Our answer equals 8. And then they want me to create this problem in a different way, but I have to use the same symbols and I have to use the same numbers. All I do is just switch those two add-ins. No numbers disappear, no numbers appear, so the answer will still be the same. That gives us 2 plus 6 equals 8. All right, so now you're going to try it. So with my friends in the chat box, I'm going to attach this link. For my friends that are working at home, I want you to pause this video. I want you to go to your assignment, and I want you to click on the very top. It's got a tab that says Connecting Cubes link. Connecting Cubes link. And you're going to use that to help you with these problems, okay? All right, so I've got 4 plus 3 equals 7. So if you need to pause the video, go to get the connecting cubes on your computer and then build a block of 4 or a chunk of 4 blocks, a chunk of 3 blocks, make sure it equals 7, and then find that other equation, switch them around. If you've already got kind of the pattern of how you do this, basically you just switch the two add-ins, then you don't even need to do that. You can already think of what the equation would be in your head. So pause the video and do your work, or if you're ready to go, your answer would be 3 plus 4 equals 7. We just switched these add-ins. We started with the 4 in this one, we're starting with a 3 in this one. We had the second add-in as a number 3 in this one, it's a 4 in this one. We just took those 3 and 4 and switched them. So we know those blocks would be a group of 4 and 3 still. If you switch them, it's still going to be a block of 4 and 3 that you're going to have to count. Got it? All right. So again, pause the video, build your 7 and your 10, find your answer, and then figure out what that other problem is. And then for my friends that know the pattern, know what you're supposed to do, you probably already have the equation buzzing in your head and Miss Acton's going to show you. So pause the video if you are using your connecting cubes and having fun with those. If you're not, then Miss Acton's going to continue. Think about what that equation is going to be. So you're creating a different equation. You have to still use the 17, the plus sign, the equal sign, the 7, and the 10. Create a brand new equation with the same answer. All right, look, all we do is just switch those two add-ins. We had a 7 first and then a 10. This one has a 10 first and then a 7. So those add-ins just switch their spots. Same exact problem, just looks a little different, same exact answer. All right, same thing. Thinking about what that pattern is, how that equation's going to look different. And remember, pause the video and go to the connecting cubes if you're still working with those, having fun with those connecting cubes. All right. Our answer is 4 plus 3. So we just took those 3 and those 4 and switched them. But those numbers are still the same. There's still 4 blocks and 3 blocks. They're still switching a group of 3 and a group of 4. So you're still getting the same number because there's no blocks that have disappeared and no blocks that have appeared. No blocks that have just came out of nowhere and added themselves into this problem. They're still the same amount of blocks. All right, last one. And then this one we showed up and down. A vertical equation that goes up and down. Thinking about what that problem is going to look like. And again, if you're using those connecting cubes, pause the video, go do your connecting cubes, come back and push play and see how you did. All right, 1 plus 2 equals 3. So you just took those two add-ins, the 2 and the 3, and just switched them. No blocks appeared, none of the blocks disappeared, so you'll still have 3 blocks no matter what those equations are. And I believe that is it, my friends. All right, so the one thing that I do want to show you guys is that your assignment that you guys are going to have for today, I'm going to go back to Unifix Cubes because they make me happy. So the assignment that you guys are going to have for today is really hard for, in the Google Forms where you pick bubble in one of the answers, or you can type in a short answer. The forms that we've been doing this entire time, it's really hard to let you guys create an equation and then find the matching equation that goes with it. But I want you to try your best. So basically you're just going to type it in, and then you can't show us the work that you do on the Unifix Cube website that we're looking at right now. So we're just going to trust that you're using that tool if you need it to help you, okay? So if you wanted to take a picture of some of the work that you're doing when you create it, maybe text it to your teacher, you can do that. Or you can send it on the School Connects if you're Miss Ramos's friends, and share the work that you saw with your teacher, because there's just no way for us to do that in the Google Forms. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to use the Unifix tool. And remember, if you are Miss Ramos or Miss Jess kids and Miss Acton's kids, it's attached in your Google form. It should be the first thing that shows up after our video. So once you're done with this video, go in there and look right below our video, and you should see Unifix Cube website, and you can click on that and it'll open up a separate tab up at the top, one of these tabs. It'll open it up just like Miss Acton has it right here with the cubes. And every time that you go from your math work, go to the Unifix Cube, do the problem that she's asking you to do, and then go back and submit your answer. It's that easy. Okay. And then if you want to take a picture and share it with your teacher, you can. All right. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to contact your teacher, and she'll be more than glad to help you. And I hope you guys had a fun time with this.